Hello, everyone, and welcome to Unity's official live stream. Thanks so much for joining us, whether you're joining on Twitch or on YouTube. I'm delighted that you're here. My name is Antonia Forster, and I'll be one of several hosts today, where we'll be going through some of the games made at Nordic Game Jam. This is part of Unity's Let's Play series, where we'll play through some amazing creations made in Unity. And we're lucky enough to be joined today by one of the organizers and participants of Nordic Game Jam. I'll be moderating the chat as well as some of the other hosts, so do feel free to interact whether you're on Twitch or YouTube. We've also got two amazing producers in the background helping out. Hi, everyone. So, I think we'll do a round of introductions. I'll introduce myself. Since I'm already speaking, I'll allow myself to go first. My name is Antonia Forster. My pronouns are she, her. I'm a senior XR technical specialist at Unity. So as you can see, I specialize in VR and AR. All of the people who are hosting today were at Nordic Game Jam 2023. So I was there both helping other people make games with Unity, and also I was lucky enough to jam myself and build my own game. So that was great. Let's head over to Friends.
Yeah, so I'm Franz Peter Larsen. I'm situated currently in Copenhagen, and I'm one of the organizers for Nordic Game Jam. Primarily taking part of marketing and administration, and a little bit of everything just going on. It's completely volunteer work, so it's a little bit, it can be chaotic, but yeah, great stuff. Esteban?
Sure thing. Thank you, Franz. And honestly, everyone, thank you for joining, and awesome that you're here. Awesome that you're here with us. My name is Esteban Maldonado. I am a developer advocate as well. Emily and Antonia, we're all in the same. We're all on the same team. You might recognize my voice. I'm one of the guys who speaks a lot about multiplayer games and says Galactic Kittens a lot, because that's the game that I usually refer to. So you might recognize my voice that way. But yes, as Antonia mentioned, I was also very happy to be part of Nordic Game Jam. Well, mostly helping out folks, but we'll get to that in a little bit, of like all the awesome creations that were made over there. Happy to be here with y'all. Emily?
And lastly, I'm Emily. Nice to meet you all. As Esteban said, I'm also another one of the developer advocates. I focus a lot on our short form social media strategies. So if you see any of those tutorials that have been posted and stuff, those are me. And yeah, Nordic Game Jam was awesome. Had a lot of really cool problems and technical questions, which was really fun to answer. But yeah, so nice to meet you all.
Thank you so much. So I think it's good to give some more context around Nordic Game Jam. Franz, I think you're probably the most well-situated person to do that. So can you give us a bit more context around what exactly is Nordic Game Jam? Where does it take place? When is it? How big is it? That kind of thing?
Yeah, sure. So it's a long-going game jam now since 2006. Started at one university, moved to another university, been going every year since then. Started out 50 participants and been growing now to around 500 people. I believe in a little bit previously we had around 900 people, which is a ton for an on-site game jam. It was a little bit chaotic to arrange, so I think we took it down a little bit to make it a little bit easier. But yeah, we're currently at 500, and it's pretty much people from all over the world who are coming. A lot of Danish people, of course, coming, but we're having a lot of cool people coming anyway. But it's a mixture of a game jam, but we're also kind of taking a little bit more of a conference kind of approach. So we're inviting in both people from the industry. We are having a lot of our sponsors coming and hosting talks and activities. We try to keep it as playful as possible, meaning that while it might be very serious talks, we also want the unserious talks. We want the very experimental talks. We sometimes have more you could say just activities. So we sometimes have yoga or cooking shows. It's just a lot of different things going on. Yeah. So that's the pitch is a game jam with just a little bit more on top and getting you a little bit more into the industry.
Cool. How long have you been involved with Nordic Game Jam?
Yeah, so I've been involved in 3 years now, I think, since we started. I started when COVID was just coming up, and we were a game jam that identified so much with being in person. So we had to reconfigure the whole thing to be online, which was okay. but other than that, yeah. So 3 years, and then I've been a participant. I think 4 years in a row before that, and also been part of hosting other game jams previously to that. Yeah.
You've been attending for about 7 years, and then the last 3 of those as an organizer. It's pretty hardcore.
yeah, exactly. I mean, I had like during my studies, during my bachelor's and my master's, I was just doing as many game jams as I could. So I think I've been to like around, in those 5-6 years, I've been to like 30 game jams. Just like going at it, just to get people, like, it was mainly just for me, it was like, I wanted to get stuff on my portfolio because everyone was talking about, you need to have stuff you can show on your portfolio to all the companies. So that was like a big focus for me to get a lot of eye candy sort of going on.
Amazing.
Yeah.
For me personally, it was actually my first official game jam, so very opposite end of the spectrum, funnily enough. Yeah, so I mean, I'll talk. Esteban and Emily, roughly how many game jams have you done?
Lost count, thankfully, but I will say not 30. Definitely not 30 like Franz. And
that's pretty epic.
Honestly, that's awesome. And that's awesome. And people who are definitely entering industry, a lot of the advice that you hear is join game jams. Make your projects, make your portfolio stand out, give it your own flavor. But 30, I'm gonna be using that as well, Franz, for future people that ask me. Like,
don't keep that as a standard. That's no.
Yeah, for anyone in the chat, that's not like average or anything. That's pretty extreme, honestly. What about you, Emily?
I know it's in the 20s. I haven't hit 30 yet, I don't think. Yeah, this is only my 3rd or 4th in-person game jam. I usually do like remote ones, so this was super cool because I hadn't done like an in-person game jam and like, I don't know, in years. So like I went to Global Game Jam, but for only part of it, the rest I did remote. And then I've been to Global Game Jam in person like way back when I started learning how to program. But like, yeah, it's still not 30, maybe like 23. Like,
someone's asking in the chat, is there a lot of in-person jams? I'd say, oh, this is a lovely picture of me. Thank you very much to the producers there, embarrassing me. Yeah, I think there's now quite a lot of in-person jams. Obviously, over COVID, a lot of things became remote. I've also been to some hybrid events. So I went to MIT Reality Hack in January. So it wasn't quite a game jam, but it was like a kind of hardware and software jam. So that was great. But yeah, they've had hybrid. I think quite a few people went hybrid last year, and now in person is really back in full force. So yeah, I definitely recommend for anyone who hasn't been to a game jam, I highly recommend going to one. I was very intimidated personally. I thought, like, before I learned to code, I thought, oh wait, there's nothing I can contribute. But that's not true at all. You know, everyone can contribute something, whether you're an artist, a musician, storyteller, you know, whatever it is, your skill. You don't have to be a programmer to contribute at a game jam. So that's the first thing I would say. Like, don't feel intimidated. They're very laid back. They can be intense. There's a lot of work, but in a really fun way. So yeah, really, really go to one and see what it's like. That's my recommendation. Yeah, that is a lot of game jams between the 4 of us. Someone said that's true. I'm really letting the side down, aren't I, to get in on this? But I joined the kind of gaming industry during COVID, so there wasn't really a huge amount of opportunity. And now I was intimidated before COVID. Then COVID happened, and now I'm fixing it as fast as I can. So, awesome. So I guess if we each talk about a little bit about our experiences of the jam. The thing that I would love to talk about is theme selection, because I haven't been to any game jams, but I understand that the way it happened was pretty unusual. These are some great photos of the jam, by the way, for anyone who's wondering the context of these. These are just fantastic photos taken at Nordic Game Jam. I don't know why the one of me goes off so many times, though. I didn't put that in there, just so you guys know. So actually, I have some of my own photos. They won't be as nice quality as this, but Hassan and Freeman, who are behind the scenes, feel free to switch over. Sorry, my photos are not as good. I took them on my phone. So there were some great talks. This is a game that I built. I was lucky enough to join a team myself of all VR developers. So obviously we ended up building a VR game. I was there with Unity, so I was handing out swag, these little keychains that I kept on for myself as well. Don't tell Unity. And yeah, this was a lovely team that I got to join. So it was me and 3 other professional VR developers, including my friend Thomas, who's a Danish dev, who co-built with me the world's first LGBTQ+ VR museum, which is my kind of personal passion project. That's the Unity booth there. So Emily and Esteban and myself and our colleague Arturo were all there answering questions. And we got some super interesting questions on everything from, I think I got questions on pixel art, which I'd never done before, to shaders, to VR, to Lego. So there was a big pile of Lego that people could jam with. That was super fun because people were building games that involved physical controllers, and we'll show some B-roll of that later. But I mean, I've never done anything like that before, but I was really happy to help out. There were some great talks. I went to this one by Osama Dorius, who I was lucky enough to meet afterwards. He was amazing. And that talk was called, oh, sorry, my camera keeps going in and out. I promise I'm not doing that. My hands are where you can see them. Well, you would be able to see them if my camera's on. There you go. Proof I'm not doing that. Yeah, so Osama had this great talk on climbing mountains and how you can achieve more than you think is possible. That was really inspiring. And yeah, this is the theme selection here. So the way the theme selection worked was you had choices. So for example, fruits or minerals. And sometimes they were unrelated, sometimes they were related, or like fabrics or spices. And you would do a symbol. So you'd do like a pose. You'd do a pose like this or that. And you join the other people who chose the same thing as you. And then you'd have some activity to do with those people. So one of the activities, for example, was draw a chimera. So you draw an animal part, pass the paper or phone to the next person, they draw an animal part, and so on. So one of the pictures you just saw was a little chimera that my team drew. And you'd go through all these things, and then at the end, so there was a sort of team building exercise built in. And then at the very end, you'd have this list of words that you chose, and you'd go trade. It made more sense at the time. I don't think I'm explaining it very well. But what it means is the prompts that you got were really unusual. So I got a piece of red and white fabric. I got the word ideas, and then I got a little bag of jasmine. So some of the prompts you'll see later for the games are like spices, physical materials, physical objects, and that is very unusual for a game jam. So it gave people a lot of really different and exciting prompts. Yeah, so that was great. So I mean, there's a few clips of the game I made on video. So if Hassan or Freeman are able to jump on those, that would be amazing. If you can switch to the video, you'll see. Oh, there you go. So the game that I was lucky enough to jam on and help make was a VR PC asymmetric game. So we have one player in VR, and they can see a picnic by their feet, and they can see their own feet in VR in little shoes. And there are ants stealing your picnic, and you have to stomp on the ants to get rid of them. But the fun part is the ants are your friends. So there's two people on PC. You can actually see me in the background there playing the ant along with someone else. And if you're the ant player, your job is to use either WASD or the arrow keys, oh, there you go, you can see it on the video, to run towards the picnic, grab a piece of food, run away, and drag it back into a hole to get a point. And meanwhile, the person in VR is physically stomping around the room. If you look closely, you can see that they've taped the controllers to their legs because that was our system. So do not recommend that because we did have Quest Pro controllers flying around after a while. But yeah, it was really, really fun. It was very ridiculous, but I think we did quite a good job in... We more or less had one day. We spent kind of 2 days messing around with like multiplayer and lobbies, and we were like, this is too ambitious for a game jam. So we kind of rebuilt it from scratch on the last day, which I understand is quite normal for a game jam. So that's me playing the game, trying to move very slowly and carefully as to not smash the controllers. Not everyone moved with such care, is what we learned. So beware if you do any game like that. This person is getting quite involved. Yeah, it was super fun. And I think a game jam is really the only context I would build something like that, because obviously it's not super practical. I wouldn't necessarily like ship a game like that on Steam, for example. I don't really want to encourage people to smash up their headsets and controllers. But yeah, it was perfect for a jam. It was a really silly, fun idea. And it matched my prompt, which was basically this black and white gingham fabric. It looked a little bit like a picnic blanket. So we thought it was a tiny little picnic blanket for ants. And that's how the game came about. So someone's asking, how did we track the legs? So we didn't actually track the legs. We just tracked the controllers. So what we did is we taped it to people's legs, or we had an elastic eventually. And then the person would step into a pair of virtual shoes that were static, and then they would press the controllers, and that would calibrate their feet to the shoes. So it was a really simple system, a bit hacky, but it worked pretty well. And then as they moved, that would basically set the offset depending on their height. And then as they moved, the shoe would just follow the controller with that offset. So super simple, all made with Unity, of course. And yeah, really fun. I haven't seen that many asymmetrical VR PC, especially multiplayer games. But my advice for anyone doing Game Jam is maybe don't make a multiplayer VR game for your first Game Jam, because it was quite a lot, even for me. I would maybe stick with something a little more simple for my next one. But yeah, it was really, really great fun, and I had a fantastic experience. So I would really recommend Nordic Game Jam to anyone thinking about going, or whatever your local Game Jam is, if you can't make it to that one. Franz, do you want to talk about your experience of it? What it was like from your end? I imagine quite different, since you weren't jamming; you were kind of more on the running end.
Yeah, it's a lot of different things always. And this year I was even like, I was being a little bit optimistic. I was like, yeah, I think we got it down. I think we got the format down this time, and maybe I can work on a game or something. But I did a little bit. But the thing is, like, yeah, so we do like the Nordic Game Jam is volunteer work, so a lot of that is just like a whole year filled with like meetings going on here and there, and organizing this whole event, because there's so much to do. Just setting up the program, calling people in, catching like buying flight tickets for everyone, and making sure that they can be here in terms of speakers, and making a diverse program. That's always so exciting. But yeah, I was mainly doing marketing this year, so that has also been really fun, because I feel like we did a lot better this time, actually getting out, and people have been really good. But besides volunteering here at Nordic Game Jam, like I only do that in my pastime. I'm also working at Flashpoint Games, and I just wanted to give a little quick show of our latest game. That is our Trainmakers Airborne, and I don't know if we can quickly get it up on the screen. So yeah, it should have commentary with audio as well.
Otherwise, you're going to have to do live audio here.
I can do
this.
I definitely don't have the rest of the voice going on in this.
They take
in a world.
Yes. But the latest game which just released, as I'm not doing Nordic Game Jam, I'm doing working at Flashpoint Games, and we're doing these crazy multiplayer physics games in Unity, which is super cool. Trainmakers is like a building game, build everything, do these campaigns, and yeah, we just released now our latest expansion, which is the Airborne expansion for Trainmakers, where you're defending the Turpos against dangerous pirates. So it's super nice.
That's awesome. So are they sky pirates in this game?
Yeah, it's like sky pirates, like AI flying around, and you can play it co-op, and really, it's a fully working in multiplayer, all the things, awesome. And also single player, which is so nice.
It looks really fun. Oh, what are these birds?
That's the chirpos. That's the birds. Yeah.
So cute.
But yeah, go and check it out if you have the time. Available now on a lot of things that I can't remember right now.
On all major platforms, that's what you know.
On all major platforms. That's the
in all theaters near you.
Yeah. But there I'm doing something completely else. I'm doing automation engineering and software engineering, which is so different. So it's fun to have Nordic Game Jam on the side to do something completely else. But this year I was actually I did have a little bit of time, so I was like experimenting with ChatGPT or GPT, and doing I was trying to make a murder mystery, just like using the chat prompt. And what I really wanted to get in the end was to have sort of like an output coming from ChatGPT and sort of pass that inside Unity. So show like the graphics, if a new character entered the screen or something like that. I was like, I could probably make like a very rough prototype. And I think I got it working in just like ChatGPT. Like it was like following me through a story and be like, oh, you were like going into the room. And then suddenly someone knocks on the door and I'm like, I don't say anything. And then harder knocking, and it's like I still don't say anything. Like that's what I'm prompting it, and then the AI was just oh, as an AI, you would you shouldn't really go out of character like that. And then it just forced the story. And then I was like, okay, we still have some work to do.
Yeah, I definitely say, like, I use ChatGPT as well for coding, but I would definitely say use it with caution because it will just spontaneously lie to you. I use it for Franz, there's two of you there. Hello.
I'm also Emily now.
I was enjoying your commentary so much. We've cloned you. Hope you don't mind. The clones have to battle it out shortly. I'd say my advice to anyone thinking about using ChatGPT is I use it for things I already know how to do, but I want to do quicker because then I can kind of sense check it. But if you use it for something you're not sure of, then debugging it can be really hard because it will very confidently lie to you about libraries that don't exist, for example. And it's not really great with like multiplayer or VR, I found. So it wasn't really useful for what I was doing for this game jam. But
I think the best tip that I heard is like, it's not a tool, it's a toy. And I think that's a good.
I agree with you. That's interesting.
No, but it
can be a little bit of both.
Because for me, like a tool is like you use it as a hammer and then you expect the nail to go down. But if it's a toy, then it's just a robot hammer. I don't know.
So I see what you mean, but I think it's like an over-eager assistant with what's the thing where you spontaneously lie? Like
compulsive liar.
Compulsive liar assistant who really wants to please you. And if like there's no answer, it will just make one up. So use with caution, but it can be really useful. I do use it. So awesome. Esteban, do you want to talk about your experience? I think we've lost Emily, unfortunately.
Oh,
R.I.P. Emily.
I hope
she might join us later.
Emily, I hope you can come back.
We're sending you good wishes wherever you are, Emily.
Indeed. But no, honestly, I would say like picking back on what Franz was saying. Yeah, no, this tool along with other AI tools like can be really useful, but it's true. You shouldn't just take any output as just the absolute truth. Right? It's based on human-made data, and humans are, as far as I know, not perfect. So there's gonna be a lot of errors, and in fact, I've seen some people actually publish and say, hey, like I tried just making a tool or a game, and only using ChatGPT, for example. And it does come out sometimes with some. I mean, nothing against really like the tool. More like it's just the data that it's trained on. But sometimes it can even leave out null reference exception errors. And can lead to potentially memory leaks. So it's very useful, but at the same time, you still need that expert input. You still need to know what to like Antonio, what you mentioned, like when you know what to ask of it, it works really well. So I wouldn't say like it's a good assistant, like what we were saying. Definitely. But I wish that it would take a little bit of hint, and not just be like overly confident, like sure, this is.
I wish it would say I don't know, rather than like I definitely know everything. Like, do you? So some people in the chat are saying they use it for emails. Agreed. I think that's a great use case and really common one now. Someone says they use ChatGPT a lot for refactoring. That's a really interesting one. I hadn't thought to do that. I use it for commenting code that I'm not familiar with, so I can kind of work my way through a code base because it can tell me what each function does. It doesn't necessarily have a good big picture view, so it will kind of start hallucinating functions. But if you're just asking what does this individual function do, it's pretty good at like translating shorthand or link into like more readable things. Even my own, if I have a project that's like 5 years old, I'm like, what was I doing? I plug it in, I'm like, tell me what this does, please comment my own code. I'm like, oh, awesome. It triggers my memory. So I think that's a nice use case. I'm sorry, honestly, I didn't mention, by the way, that it's pretty handy. Just quickly before I jump over to speaking about your experiences at the Jam, Esteban. Someone asked me what the name of my game was, and I forgot to mention that. Sorry. It's called Picnic Panic, a game about ants. I don't know why I thought it was very funny at the time, but it's Picnic Panic on itch.io, and you can download it and play it if you want. And also someone is asking, is there a sandbox tutorial or sample for playing games where you attach controllers to your hands or feet or shoulders or whatever? Not that I know of, but maybe I'll make something like that, because if you really want a game where you use your shoes as controllers, I can try. It's a bit of a weird one, but yeah, absolutely. That would be a lot of fun. So I'll stop hijacking now. Esteban, what was the jam like for you? You were kind of more on the support end, I'd say, is most of your participation, right?
No, definitely. And same as when we were, we actually aligned. It was also Emily, Antonia, and I were part of the group. And obviously, quick shout out to Russell Singh. We miss you, buddy, but we still love you. but yeah, same as when we went to MIT Reality Hack. A lot of our time was really just providing support, technical support on many issues. And it's funny how you can practice with an engine all your life. I mean, I'm not saying I have done all my life in Unity, but it's funny how you can think you're an expert and go to a game jam and take random questions, and you'll immediately encounter like, oh wow, I know. And it was very funny, and similar to what you mentioned. I got graphics questions, I got shader questions, physics questions, some coding questions, even some multiplayer with other SDKs that we don't necessarily make. And you got, and at that point you just gotta go, you know what? I'll join you on this. I don't know, but let's open up the documentation. Let's see. Let's see what the documentation says, and let's see what happens. So, and that's what we did. And anybody that has provided tech support on a game jam, whenever they get that easy question, you're like, ooh, I got this one.
Yeah.
this is an easy one.
Yeah, that's always a relief. And the others are like, what about this random API? And I'm like, I've never seen it before. But actually, you know what? I really enjoy those ones where I have no idea, because I go in being like, I'm going to be of no help and contribute nothing. And I get, the whole imposter syndrome of like, why am I here? But actually, like, I got a 2D one. I have never built anything in 2D in my life. And it was to do with the sprite renderer or like the tile mapper. I can't even remember. I don't remember anything ever. That's my other problem, is like, I don't commit to memory. I just document everything. But I've never seen it before. But honestly, you just approach it very rationally and say, okay, well, let's make an empty sprite and see if that, appears. Now let's add a single pixel. Now let's try, like, is it the alpha? Have we checked that? Is it the particular image you're using? Maybe there's some kind of corrupted file. And you can just really rationally eliminate variables, is the way I think about it. And then you have a single variable to work with, and then eventually you figure it out. So I was really proud of myself when I figured out this 2D thing, because I was like, I've never touched this before. So that's like the most rewarding. But as you said, sometimes it's easy. You're like, oh, I got this. It's fine. Sometimes it's really obscure and you're like, well, let's figure it out together. Which is honestly, actually my favorite.
I also welcome those questions. Like, all right, time to learn, time to fail a bit. So let's see what happens.
Definitely.
For example, even though I didn't submit a final project, but while we were in Denmark, somebody asked me like, hey, how is it that you do an online real-time strategy game? And I was like, I mean, yes, I can think of a logic, but at the same time, I don't exactly know. So I started like just messing around with it, and eventually I got to a product. But I shared this knowledge and this progress on a blog that I keep, and eventually I shared it. But at the same time, those kind of questions like they challenge you, they keep you sharp. But speaking specifically to my experience, so part of my theme included vanilla sugar.
I love that you kept it as well. That's so funny.
I mean, it's a good memory. So I've never been to a game jam where, first of all, that regardless of the method, that you get 3 prompts that make up your theme. But it was vanilla sugar, the word friends, and then this other word that I had never heard in my life. It's you can't probably see it, but it's thalassiosira, which
I know what that is.
Thalassiosira.
Yeah, tell it, Antonio, because I remember sort of like a bug or a microbe
under the sea.
Yeah, it's I remember something like a creature that does live in the sea.
Yeah, yes. Thalassophobia is fear of the deep sea, so it must be like deep sea creatures.
Thalassiosira.
Something to do with.
Did you get to look it up?
Yeah, it was like a microorganism or something that lived in the, I believe that it did live in the water. But I'm like, wow, even at just making the theme, I already learned something. I learned a new word that I still have to practice to say it correctly. But other than that, it was a lot of fun. And it was a lot of fun helping people with, like, from the easiest questions to the toughest questions. and then at the end, Freeman, if you can please put like what please put the Lego cereal project the video, because even Lego was there as well as one of the main sponsors, and there were some projects. Oh my god, I love this. I love this. So I love this. Even though I'm not on the video, I actually did try this as well. So the person as you're seeing, they're controlling the robot. They're controlling the robot with the with their head. There's a tracker. There's a tracker tied to the head. And by the way, like, look at the level of detail of presentation. Even the tablecloth, the table, like, really, it was like
chef's kiss.
Great presentation.
Really
great
good.
presentation.
Oh,
and
going everywhere.
Exactly. The person eventually succeeded. And trust me, I ate one single cereal. But oh my god, it was
the most delicious
the greatest
cereal. Yeah.
I had never worked so hard in my life for a single cereal.
You probably burned off the calories while you were
basically.
You're like, you have your neck just like burning afterwards, but just because you're like micro adjusting everything.
That's so funny.
Exactly.
I love it.
Oh my god! And then the other one, there was a team that actually made a cow milking simulator. Before you get there,
Here
we go.
it is.
Got it.
Here
Got it. Sweet.
all with Lego pieces, and the interesting thing is that you had, like, it was perfectly timed. So imagine, like, anybody that's been a game jam, you know that all the tests that you got to do. Imagine all the trials and errors are like mimicking this, but it was a lot of fun. And by the way, yes, it was a co-op game. It wasn't a versus one. You had to cooperate and get the most milk as possible.
That's so funny. So you pull, just to be clear, do you pull the like udder down and then it shoots the milk like onto the screen? Well, nothing comes out, but like, and there's a little like milk. Are those like, what are the white things? Are they like milk pots?
It's like milk buckets that you have to fill. If I remember correctly.
It looks almost like a rhythm game. Like, as well,
it's like Dance Revolution for cows.
Yeah.
For farmers.
Exactly. It's like cow milk revolution.
Cow milk revolution. So they need a vegan version because I don't drink cow milk.
Exactly.
They need an almond that you make.
It's just like move.
Move.
Wow.
What was it called?
That's a good one.
Yeah.
If it wasn't called that, I'm disappointed immediately. Move.
Oh my god.
I think just like regarding like that, I think you also described it, Antonia. There are games that only works during game jams, like these. And this is just so hilarious. Just like how people make games that can only exist also with a crowd. Like we also had games where they had it was a crowd game, which is also just kind of like a unique genre. But it was like it was one of the winners of, maybe not one of the winners. It was just like from 2016, I think, where they had everyone in the crowd look at a like huge sort of bar up on the screen, like that was the game. So you would present it on a massive presentation. You have like 500 people in one room, and then they would be like, "You all now control the characters," and then everyone is like, "Huh?" And then what you had to do is like the whole crowd had to go like, "Oh," and like, louder and louder, and then that would move these bars depending on stuff. So you would have to like align the there was like one bar that was like moving randomly, and then the other one was based on the pitch of the crowd.
Oh my god!
Oh, so they had to align.
Yeah, and then a character would like run over, so it's like a lemming style kind of game. But where should you have that game? I don't know, in a cinema maybe?
Yeah, no, especially crowd-based ones. So the advice we got building our game was like, don't do a crowd one because you might struggle to get a crowd to participate and then no one can play it. So that's why we did the Ant one, Picnic Panic. We originally were like, if it's online, you could have 50 people join and be ants. And I was going to tweet the link. I'm very active on Twitter. So I was going to tweet it and be like, how many people can we get as ants? And you'll have like this thousands of ants, because that's, to me, really funny that ants are, but actually we found out that it's quite difficult with 2 ants. So maybe, after playtesting, we were like, that would have been a terrible game for the person in VR. Like, so funny, but not really balanced. And also it was way, way harder to like build something that was all online. And, we ended up just reverting to kind of single laptop with a cable connected to a VR headset just to eliminate it's like local co-op, because playing multiplayer and VR is already a challenge, and then doing it online is like a whole other level of probably not good scoping from me. That's my advice for anyone doing a game jam. Scope something simple for your first jam. Don't be too ambitious.
That's the golden rule. Like
everyone warned me,
across.
and I was like, this is very simple as a game. It's not. Build something simple. People are saying in the chat that they really want to join the jam, or some people here have never been to a jam before, so definitely recommend it. It's such a fun, bizarre experience.
It is.
And I mean, honestly, they can check out the submissions. Oh, sorry, Franz.
No, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say they can check out the submissions online. Like the people can already play the games already.
Yeah, like if you have trouble finding it, you could go to nordicgamejam.com, and I think there's a Twitch link somewhere, someplace, where you can check it out. Or our Twitter on twitter.com/nordicgamejam. But yeah, I mean, and also maybe Nordic Game Jam is also a pretty high entry barrier to come all the way to Denmark. So I mean, Global Game Jam is still doing an amazing job and becoming bigger and bigger every year. Nordic Game Jam was initially a flagship, the sort of start of Global Game Jam as well. But we have since then grown a little bit apart, but still supporting each other quite nicely.
You told us earlier, but what year was it that Nordic Game Jam started? Because I was blown away by this.
So Nordic Game Jam started in 2006. So yeah, as you said, like around 20 years. And
when you said 20 years, I just had like a horror. I was like, 10 years, and then you said 20. I was like,
yes,
don't do that to me.
It happens, but and I think
17 years ago, I didn't even know if I wanted to make games.
It was the same for me. Like I have a little notepad here with like 2006, we had 40 participants. Like in just a very small little thing. I think around 2010 we had Peter Molyneux from Ironhead Studios, or what they were called, who made Fable, and as keynote speaker. 2016, 900 people, so it grew massively, and again now back to the steady 500 people.
Wow!
But yeah, even did a collaboration with what is it called? The Polish Game Jam, I think it's called. So I had a lot of people, like buses going from Poland to our game jam, and then people who had a Nordic Game Jam ticket could also go to the Polish Game Jam by also, and then had a whole bus going on. So just that's usually what we try to do, is a lot of different collaborations, and it's never the same thing. But that also reminds just reminds me of the theme thing, because for those who haven't been to a game jam before, usually you just have a theme that gets announced, and it's like, I don't know, grotesque or something is the theme. And I mean, as Esteban already pointed out, like the way we did it is like we had a sort of play session going on, where everyone was going around playing this sort of game we sort of made, where you would discuss different kind of topics with different kind of people, and in that way you would sort of compose your theme. So you would get like a few keywords, and then based on those 3 keywords, that would be like your theme. So you would go in your group and be like, hey, I have these keywords, and someone else would have some other keywords, and then in that way you could sort of, we called it theme ingredients. So, but yeah, to make that short story, we have a whole department in Nordic Game Jam called the Secret Committee of the Theme People, and it's one person, and we don't know anything about it until like very close to the jam.
I love it.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed the theme selection. I can see like there are definitely simpler ways, like I guess when everyone gets one word, but I really liked that there were these sort of different ingredients that you could play off, because every game was so different, like really interesting and unique. And on that note, I think we should jump in and play some games.
Let's do it.
About that. Okay, so Franz, you'll be playing.
Nice.
And Esteban and I will be distracting you and commenting with our thoughts. So I hope you're ready to play. How many games? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We've got 8 different games that we're going to play.
Hopefully. Yeah. What was the first game? Evolutionary Enigma.
I'll intro the game. So the first game is Evolutionary Enigma by Spicy Overlord. The themes that they received were paramecium, malleability, and chili powder. And I assume they got a little bag of chili powder. So the game that they created has a little blurb. Evolutionary Enigma is a unique and engaging puzzle game where the player has to construct an organism by placing cells into a grid. The objective is to collect all of the spice piles in every level while navigating through tight spaces. So very good and literal interpretation there, where you play as a paramecium or a microbe, essentially. You're malleable and you collect piles of chili powder. So I really look forward to seeing what this game looks like. One thing I loved is all the art styles for the games are radically different. So yeah, I've seen some really cool cartoony ones. We had some amazing artists at the jam, so they've really employed their skills. Friends, are you ready to go ahead and share?
Yeah, I mean, it's a game you can't really full screen, so we'll have it at this. I think, at least I cannot see that.
Okay, Hassan and Freeman,
But
if
yeah,
you're
but I'm
able to
ready.
share Franz's screen, we'll get that up for the people watching on stream as well. Just wait till don't fire yet, Franz, because we're waiting for the.
Let me just refresh.
Oh, no worries. So, Franz, are you allowed to have a favorite game before we
If
jump
I'm
in?
allowed to have a favorite game, oh no!
Do you have
no,
one,
no,
or are you
no.
allowed? You're not
That's,
allowed. Okay.
I'm definitely not allowed, but I can share.
What was
I can share love.
Yeah, what was your favorite? Even if it's not one we're playing today, what was your favorite?
Actually, unfortunately, I didn't get to play that many games, but there was this one game called Baku something, and it was like a 4-player game, where
it's
you
not
were where you're sort of shooting small, like what do you call that? Small like characters, sort of on ice, and then you had to like be in a so it was like local co-op. You have a map. And then there was like some tiles that suddenly got highlighted, and then you had to like using joystick sort of like dash your way into that area, and whoever stayed in that area when the timer went down would then win, or sort of like would then go to next step. It was just a really well polished, and for me, I also really like these kind of games that are just like they have this one mechanic that are just like solid, and it's not complicated. They could just work on polish and make it look real good, feel good, and it seems super solid. Yeah.
Awesome. Okay, I think we've got your screen up now, so I think
Sweet.
we're ready to. Are we good to play the game? Well, us guys behind the scenes, are we good to go? I think we're good to go.
We're good to
Try
go.
it and see what happens.
So also just for context, I haven't played any of these games. If I'm doing if we're gonna be doing really bad, then hopefully you can you can help me.
Excuses.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll provide moral support.
Yeah, cells left to place. Create your creature with as many cells as specified top left corner. Okay, and then use WASD to move and collect the chili dust. If you make a mistake, you can always press R to restart. I'm just
We'll
gonna
play
try.
this one. This is a lot of fun. This was a lot of fun.
Okay, no judgment, friends.
I'm not having any input here. Wait. Oh, wait, my keyboard is disconnected. Actually, give me a moment. What
No
happened?
worries. Well,
What?
we've got a good view of the game on screen currently, so you
Yeah,
can see art style, more pixely.
I'm just gonna try and quickly refresh the page here.
Yeah, no worries. Do you know, I think there's actually a little tiny bit of lag between what you're seeing and what we see on the stream. So we can actually currently see the instructions, UI, whatever you want to call it, introduction. So
In fact, this is some
good to
coincidence, but I think this is one of the videos of me playing this game that I tried it out. Beforehand I was like, oh man, let's go ahead and like it's been a while. Let's play some of the games again. I didn't play this game when we were there, and it was a lot of fun. I guess if I remember correctly, I'm taking my sweet time with this. Oh, okay. It's taking my sweet time, but honestly, it was a lot of fun. Very cool dynamic on how you have to first of all spawn the cells and move them towards the chili. Like this one, the response should just be
okay.
yeah. This one.
I got it now.
Oh, you got it, Hans?
Are you playing live?
Yes,
Oh, you're
I'm
playing?
playing. I'm
Nice.
playing
Okay,
live. I'm
we're live,
gonna
we're good.
restart. So it might actually.
Okay.
I just maybe didn't understand the controls. So I have to click.
It's a good
I
start.
have to click here, and then suddenly it's like, oh, now
right,
you can move.
you have to focus. Okay.
Yeah.
So
And then
common thing.
you sort of build
Okay.
your creature and
Create the
I
creature
got the
with as many
spice.
cells as you can. There we go. Ah, is the spice the little pile in the corner? Right.
yeah.
Yep.
Uh-oh. You're stuck now because you made a corner creature. Can
Seems
you
like,
rotate your creature? No.
I don't know.
I think you want to make a line
No,
here.
you can't.
Okay, so five cells then, right? You could put one on the left.
Yeah.
You could make it 5 long, right?
Yeah, something like that.
Oh.
Yeah, we have.
So if
What
you
is
make
it?
it a horizontal line, yeah.
Yeah.
And one more. Yeah. Now you should be able to go in and up, right? Yes.
Honestly, this is a cool idea.
Yeah, up.
Very simple.
Yeah. Puzzle making. Okay, how are you going to do this one?
Hmm.
You know what you could do? You could do a plus shape. That would do it. And then make it. Yeah, add one on each side.
Yeah, seems like the.
I'm the worst
the
backseat
video is
driver.
very
Sorry.
behind.
Tell me if you want me to stop.
So good.
Oh, I'm seeing you on a delay.
Yep.
Never mind.
Yeah.
That's all right then. Okay.
This one was interesting.
Ooh.
I'm having a lot of issues with the current one that you're gonna see in a few
Sure,
seconds.
you want to be 4, right? 4 lines, 4 cells.
This
I
one
like the
actually-
style of what they've done. I like the
Yeah.
subtle animation on this one. Uh-oh.
That's all I remember. It actually teaches you about the mechanic
Ah.
of breaking, because you can break the cells as well, like
You can
as
destroy.
part of your strategy.
Hmm.
So
I see.
so you gotta-
There we go.
Make that line again.
Yeah.
Yeah, gotcha. So
And-
the dot cell can't be destroyed, but the others can.
Huh.
No?
Removing it against the spikes. I thought it broke it. Like, huh?
This is a really cool game.
Yeah.
No, surely that will kill you, right? You won't be able to.
Spikes
won't be able to
destroy
do
the
that.
cell that touch them. Starting the cells.
Yeah, the starting cell can't walk
Starting-
into the spike. So basically, you could make a long
Oh, the-
horizontal line.
There we go.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Ah, okay. I'm still a bit confused. So you can kill every other cell, just not the nucleus.
Just not the
Except-
just not the starting
Except the
cell.
core.
Yeah.
Yeah, gotcha.
So
Yeah,
I'm,
so
I'm
make it
at
2
the
by
moment I'm
2 by 3.
not really saying anything. I'm just gonna let you do commentary due to the delay. Yeah. So
Ah, nice.
Ah, so the starting cell doesn't have to be the one touching the spice.
So,
Got it.
so I guess as long as the core makes it to get the spices, that's that's the point.
No, I don't think the core needs to touch it.
No. I mean that like if you destroy
As long
all
as
them,
one
but
cell.
as long as one cell.
Ooh,
Sort of.
this is clever.
Oh,
Ah, so close. Right, so we need to make it without that little corner, right? So maybe make This is tough, actually. I'm not sure what the shape is for here. You need a long one, obviously, to get... Yeah, that's it. No? Maybe not. I think the same again. I think you have to do a... Like a Tetris L? Like a stick with one on the right. I think that's the right shape. No, with one on the top right. Yeah, that'll do it, I think. No? Oh, no, damn it. That was... Oh, wait. Yes. That's right. This
thank
is
you.
pretty, like,
on this.
brain bendy. So the cells left to place in the top left is how many cells you need to use. Is that right? So you
Yeah.
need to make a shape with that many cells. That's pretty
Yeah,
tricky.
exactly.
But you can kill them afterwards, just not
Yeah.
your starter cell.
exactly.
Ah, I get it now. Took a little while to understand. Okay. This one's tough. You need to place 8 cells. It's going to be huge.
Yeah, exactly. I'm still thinking about it right now.
Mm.
It's a tough one.
I think that's a big L. Like very tall and very as many up as you can, as many side. Yeah.
Oh,
I think
but
the
I'm
biggest L you
losing-
can make. Would that not
hmm.
work?
Right. Ah,
No,
and
you can't have
then-
2 at the top
Oh my god.
because you won't be able to get the one at the top now because you've got that block of 4.
Perhaps. Oh,
I think Franz is playing faster than we're seeing. Like we're seeing a
In-
delay. So
Yeah,
I'm giving him
yeah.
advice on what he's already doing. Sorry, Franz, but
It's all right.
you know, it's still good for the viewers, right? Yeah, a big L. Tell me this is not correct. Oh no, no. And then maybe one in the bottom left, bottom like near the corner.
I
That.
think.
Or maybe that.
Oh yeah, nice. Yeah. That's a good. Because
Let's
you
see,
can
big
move it
L.
up now.
Big L. Move across
Wait,
and
wait,
up.
what?
Ah, why did you do Franz? You could have moved it up. That was right. You could have done it. What did you do that for? You could have done it.
Gosh.
You could have done it. What are you doing? Hang
Wait,
on, you
wait,
can do it. You can do it. Don't quit.
Yeah,
you
he
can
can
do
still.
it. You can do
Yeah,
it.
exactly. Now
You can
go
do
up.
it. Yeah.
Nice.
Oh my god, this is the. Someone said in the chat, Big L was my nickname in school because I was always taking L's.
Oh my
It's really
god.
funny. No, you're Big W. We believe. Big win. Someone says this reminds them of their old keypad phone game. I don't know if they mean Snake. It does remind me of Snake a little
Snake.
bit. You know, like Nokia, really showing my age here. If anyone had not a smartphone when they were growing up, if you had like Snake on your phone, that's what this reminds me of a little bit. Like old school keypad game.
When people were excited to make phone calls on their cell phone.
Oh yeah.
Basically.
Like, do you know what? Actually, this brings me to something I forgot to mention about my experience at Nordic Game Jam. So, one of the group activities that was done as part of the theme selection was you have to, without talking, oh, this is a difficult puzzle. Without speaking, you had to decide who in your group was like, you had to sort yourselves in age order from oldest to youngest, and then you had to stand in that age order. And so everyone was charadesing, being like, I was trying to say like, are you students to my group? Because I graduated some time ago. And everyone pointed at each other and moved around. And one person in the group was being like, you were all like babies. And I was like, I don't know. I think this person's young. But they were like, no, you're all babies. Turns out of my group of 6, 4 of them were 28. One of them was 30. And I'm not going to say how old I am, but I'm older than that. So I was the oldest in my group. And I was like, honestly, this game chooses violence. Like, I'm not here for that. So that was an interesting experience, to say the least. But it was pretty funny, I will say. It's just trying to charades to everyone. Like, no, I'm definitely older than you. It's kind of an interesting experience. But yeah, it was pretty good though. There were mostly people in their 20s and 30s, I'd say, at the Game Jam. But I've been to definitely some with like really wide age ranges, so I think it varies. But I think most people who play games are kind of maybe in the younger-ish age range, what I consider young. And then people who develop games, I think, tend to be, well, I know game devs who are in their like 40s, 50s, and 60s, so it is for everyone. But yeah, in that particular team, everyone was very young, I think. This level is really hard.
There's some. I've been thinking about like you've been sitting here talking a little bit, and I've just been like braining hardcore at this one. It's I had
tough.
it before. I kind of ruined it before, but I think I'm ready to move to next game.
Okay, this is a pretty tough game.
But it goes to show you, like very simple mechanics usually can be really engaging, and like check it out, we gotta move on to other games. But at the same time, it goes to show simple mechanics, good design, good fun.
Yeah,
the builder and everything just works so well, and it's so easy to understand in practice. And I think also they probably made like a very nice little level editor or whatever to make this like they could just like pump out quick levels. And I mean that's amazing. I think solid game.
Oh, someone said in the chat that you just had the solution apparently.
Oh, it did? Oh my
Apparently.
God. Well, I just go through all of them again.
Thanks, Thomas. So that's actually Thomas from my team. Hi. So I had 2 Thomases on my team. He says
Thomas nice.
Yeah. No, not Thomas Winkley. Not that Thomas. Another Thomas. Thomas
the other Thomas. So
the creator
Thomas
of
is
Cubism.
still cool.
Yeah, he's still cool.
Thomas is still cool.
I love all Thomases apparently because I have like 5 friends called Thomas who are specifically game devs. Weirdly, but yeah. Hi. So that was who helped make Picnic Panic, which at Nordic Game Jam with me. So are you still playing, Franz? Because you're not.
Yeah, I'm still going.
You're not on screen anymore. We can't see.
Oh, okay, great. Cool.
So
I was just
that was a great. So that was Evolutionary Enigma by Spicy Overlord. Great name. If anyone's interested in playing, if you're watching on YouTube or on Twitch, you should be able to see the itch.io link in the chat. So feel free to go and play. If you're getting frustrated at us not solving it, then feel free to go and have a go yourself.
Yeah.
It's harder than it looks. Right, we'll move on to game number 2. This is one of my faves. I've had a quick look at some of them. I love the style of this one. This one is called Flashpoint Faun by Jacob Sigvard. Hope I pronounced that right. And the themes that they received were Flashpoint, Faun, fair enough, and Shochu. Does anyone know what that means? Because I'm not 100% sure. Might have to quickly Google the word shochu. Oh, I think it's a drink based on this description. So the blurb for this game is summoned by the wild partying of mortals. You are the faun, the half man, half goat deity of wine, revelry, and chaos. But your wild powers come with a price. The spreading flames of your signature flaming shochu bottles hurt you just as much as they hurt the partygoers. As you cause mayhem and destruction, your mayhem meter fills up. Once it's full, you can move on to the next party and continue spreading your raucous energy. It sounds like an absolute blast. I'm really excited to see this one. So, friends, if you load up the game, and Hassan and Freeman, if you get the screen ready once the game is loaded.
Yeah, I'm
I listen. I'm a big fan of folklore, mythical characters. You're ready already? Cool. Okay. So
Yep.
Freeman and Hassan,
Wow.
let's get the stream up and we're ready.
Let me just
and yeah,
quickly
very, very
audio.
excited. Yeah, no worries. If it's for the
doodling.
is it the audio of the game that you want to share? Is that what you're, or is it some audio adjustment on your side? Ah, so the person who made this game is in the chat. So hello, that's amazing. Hi, we're so happy to have you. So Calcifer, who's in the chat, also great name. And they said they made it with their brother Jacob. So Jacob Sigvard is their brother. So
I can let me just refresh
Calcifer
the page.
Sigvard. I don't want to assume, but maybe you have the last name, same last name. I don't know. So yeah,
there we
super
go.
happy to have the actual creator of the game here. That is fantastic. Brilliant. Okay, so Freeman, if you get the game stream ready, and then Franz will let you know when we're ready to start playing. So yeah, as I was saying, I'm a big fan of folklore, fairy tales, raucous energy, mayhem. Not shochu, but maybe I should try it. Okay, that looks beautiful. Okay, we're ready to go. Franz, feel free to... Oh, and Kalina.
Oh,
Does it say
this is
Kalina?
fun.
It looks so good.
I tried this one as well. It was a lot of fun.
Burn everything and don't get burned yourself. That looks
Easier
great.
said than done. Trust me.
So I don't know if there's a... Ah, there we go. There's a bit of a delay there. Brilliant. So, which character are you? It's quite hard for me to tell because I've put you as a very tiny screen there. Oh, I can see which one you are. I love the style of this one. So cute. So well done, Kalina. I hope I read your name right on that credit screen. It looks amazing. Yeah, the description for the game also great, as Hassan's saying in the chat. I love the style of this. Like the lighting, especially like the swinging overhead lights, like the details. So good. That is difficult. You got to burn this party up. Come on, friends. Gotta go. Oh, too much mayhem. Oh no!
It's really hard. There's like so
Did you
many
die?
frames so quickly. Yeah, I died.
Oh no!
And in a moment it's gonna be even worse. But you.
Oh, it is tough. Yeah.
Yeah.
Whoa.
It's like,
There's a lot of
it's like
embers.
taking too seriously. Like, no, that party was lit. Like, no, that took it too seriously.
Oh
That's
my
gonna
god.
be the quote of the stream there. Play some lit games. Look at that. This is tough.
Ah!
I like what Hassan said in the chat. This game has a deeper lesson about partying too hard. That's right, kids. Stay safe. Don't play with fire. Stay in school. Learn game dev and make games about burning houses rather than burning houses. It looks fantastic, honestly.
Actually, hell
I think that's a message we can all get behind. Don't
Exactly.
start fires at parties with flaming
Ow.
shochu bottles. I love how literally they interpreted the theme as well. Like, I think for mine, I was like, I like one of these themes and I don't like the others, so I'm going to kind of vaguely disregard them. This one is like, absolutely, Flashpoint Faun using shochu. Like, they could not have stuck like better to the themes. I think that's really, really a good job on their part. Oh, we're on level 2.
Yeah.
It's so beautiful. I want to know, Kalina and or Calcifer? Calcifer? I'm not sure if I'm saying it right. Let us know in the chat how you did this art, because this is gorgeous and I want to be able to do it myself. Like, I love these little lights. The light effects are beautiful. It's just, I love it, honestly. And the kind of Sakura background as well. And the very slight parallax as you move. Really, really nice effect. No, come on,
You
come
made
on,
it. That's awesome.
come on, you can do it. What if you only throw backwards as you leave the party?
No,
Can you do that?
the thing is, like, since it explodes, like some of those particles will make it to like,
Go in front of you.
honestly, now that you bring it up, I would bet, and please in the chat to confirm this, I would bet that this feedback came up when you were testing the game. Like, because it's true,
Yeah, I'm
like
really
that's a safe strategy. Is like, all right, I'm gonna shoot the fire away from me, just away from me.
Yeah, until you're at the end, and then you're like, now he's screwed because he's like can't go anywhere. So actually, it kind of worked. It kind of worked. Come on, yeah, just kill one more person. Kill one more person. Come on. Someone says in the chat this should be called My Life.
Yeah.
If that's not relatable. Yes, level 3. See, it's not that I'm bad at parties. I'm just really good at wrecking them. And you know what this reminds me of? You know that meme with the dog that's like, I'm fine.
Yep.
Can you imagine like a reskin of this game? Like, this is fine with like the whole party burning. This is really good.
Oh,
I actually love this game.
Calicifer says light effects were made by her brother, and all of it in Unity. And she did
Amazing.
And they did the pixel art and animation.
I love
honestly,
it.
Good job to you both. Like, it's
Really good job to both of you. Genuinely. And also, what a great example of how you can combine like you know, the light effects which are made in Unity and then the pixel art and animation in Procreate. I think that's such a great workflow because, you know, I don't do 2D art or pixel art, and I really wouldn't have been able to tell that the kind of lights were, you know, not a pixel art thing that was animated, but I can see how, you know, adding them later means they're more interactive, they're more real time, like super, super cool. And I love the falling petals I've just noticed. Can you see that in the background? Really nice. It adds a real sense of calm to a very not calm game.
True. The contrast.
Oh my god, I'm stuck.
Oh no.
Eh?
So someone asks how long people had for the Nordic Game Jam. It's a 3-day jam, if I remember rightly. So it's
Yes.
Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Yeah.
So
48 hours, or a little bit 48 hours.
48
after
hours.
after
So,
some days of very, very awesome chats and very awesome talks, development talks and business. In fact, even one of them was actually about negotiating salary, like your rights if you want to move and start working in Denmark. I was blown away. Like, wow, even to this level, the amount and the variety of content that was available as part of the talks. So, yeah,
there was some amazing talks.
super
Like, I wish I'd been able. I only went to 2 talks because I was really busy giving tech support and things like that. Giving Unity support. But the 2 talks I went to were one by Osama Dorius, and that was about, I think it was called You Can Climb That Mountain. It's really, really inspirational. Franz, did you win?
I won.
I won! He made it to the end of the game. I wasn't expecting that. Congratulations.
Wow.
Oh my
you
god. I
burned
wasn't
everyone
expecting that.
down.
You managed to burn all the parties. You're a
Yeah.
really good party pooper. So I'm going to make you a little trophy. Best
Regarding
party
it,
pooper.
regarding the talks, we are actually in the moment of because a lot of the talks we did get recorded, so we're currently uploading them to our YouTube, so you can go and watch them. Just like many different talks, both the Lego talks we're talking about, multiplayer talks, art talks, and also how to make like assets quickly. We try to make something for everyone. It's hard to do because there's usually a lot of different roles, but go on our YouTube, look for Nordic Game Jam, super good quality. So
Brilliant. That's fantastic. Thank you so much. Hassan, if you have a chance to pop that link in the chat, that would be amazing for everyone. That's really brilliant. So to the person who just asked which games we're playing, we're going to be going through a bunch of different games. I'll give you a quick rundown just in case you... should I spoil it? No, I'm going to just say the next one is called Cranberry Daddy. That's all I'm saying. While Franz loads that up. So my personal experience was the talks were fantastic. I really enjoyed the keynote talk, especially by Osama. And then I went to a talk by Lego about play and designing really good play experiences. So taking the learnings from toys and applying them to games, which is slightly different. And that was a very interesting way of thinking about things, especially for me as a mixed reality developer, because VR and AR, you tend to use physical space And that really relates to toys very strongly. Children play with toys in a physical environment. And so thinking about how can you build something digitally where you're interacting with your physical space. Shout out to Thomas Van, I hope I'm pronouncing your name right, Thomas Van Boewel, or Bowel, I think it's Van Boewel, who is creating a new game called Laser Dance Game. And that is a great example of like an augmented reality game in the room you're in, but it's full of lasers and you have to crawl and dodge lasers. It is my favorite thing ever. I got to play it at GDC and again at Nordic Game Jam, and I love it. That's a really good example of using space to play. And I think the talk that was done by Lego was a really good example of that as well. How do you think about interactions? One of the takeaway messages for me was that if you come up with one really good mechanic, like for my game, it was like stomping. We just thought having VR feet and stomping was really funny. Then you can kind of build the game around that, which is what we did. So yeah, really, really good. Oh, amazing. Link to Cubism, the chat, which is also a great game. It's a puzzle game where you are moving and rotating cubes. Brilliant. So yeah, people are saying it's, it's pronounced Bowel. Sorry, Thomas Van Bowel. I'm mispronouncing. I jammed with you for like 4 days. I'm so sorry. I'm not good at remembering. But yeah, keep it busy. It was amazing. And hope to, right. So our next game is called Cranberry Daddy by Jørgensen and Jonas Mortensen. And their themes were cranberry juice, holiday, and gratitude. I wonder if they got like a physical cranberry juice. I hope they did. And the summary of the game is help out your homies and keep them full of cranberry juice from the local tiki bar. So we're live. We're going to play Cranberry Daddy. I can't get over the name.
Honestly. I am dying here. This is... oh my God.
So what are you... Can you describe what you're doing, Franz?
Yeah,
like, are you carrying a tray?
So yeah, I'm carrying a tray, and apparently now I'm having a huge space bar coming up right there. And then I can throw discs, I think. But yeah, if I let go of the controls, the guy just starts stumbling around slowly, which is hilarious. It's like, this is the opposite of game feel in a way, where you're just like making everything feel super chunky. Oh God, I fell down.
God, the random guy
like
doing setups. What the heck?
I love. Oh, he fell. Oh no.
Oh, the animations are great.
This is amazing. I love this.
Okay, I'm gonna go into full commitment mode now and concentrate here.
Okay, so it's WAS to move and it's space to throw the cranberry like frisbee.
Oh God.
What I want to know is like, is the cranberry juice attached to a disc or is it like in a bag?
I think the cranberry juice is over by the disc. So
you haven't got it yet. Okay.
Yeah. So
okay. Oh, you got it. You have the juice. Deliver the juice.
So this is like Crazy Taxi, but in a beach bar, and you gotta deliver
with the drunk guy
to the drunk people, or to keep them cranberry happy, whatever that means.
Oh God.
Yes, he got a cranberry juice. Oh, I think one just fell off your plate. What's going on? They're coming off your tray.
I think it's due to you noticed that before I did even, but it's
you're gonna lose all the juice.
Oh God, yeah.
You're gonna have to go get more. Oh my God.
It's like a timer, you know. It's like time, so you have to make sure that you fill up the cranberry before you drop it, you know.
Oh my God. Oh, I see, they fall off over time.
Yeah, exactly. So you have to do it kind of quickly.
I'm trying really hard not to laugh like super loudly on this stream because
this requires so much concentration from my side, so I cannot even like.
Legs, like how did they animate those legs? They're so funny. He's just like
inverse kinematics. Oh my God!
So well done.
No.
Oh no! Come on, deliver the. Oh. Someone is saying that, hi Thomas, my other friend Thomas, who was also on my team, is saying that he hopes the animation was mocap, like motion capture. So I hope that would be amazing. I'm guessing it probably isn't. Or they had, do you know what would be really funny? If they did it and then their mocap person was really drunk and they were like, ship it, we're done. Never mind, it's good enough. Like, I love these legs. They're just so funny. Do you know the game QWOP? QWOP?
Yeah.
That's what it reminds me of. That running game, really old. But so for anyone who doesn't know, in QWOP, you basically control a runner, and you have Q and W to control the upper leg, and O and P to control the lower leg. So you do this really drunk run, and it's incredibly hard, basically. And that's kind of like this game, like, it's very user unfriendly, but in a funny way.
Yeah, it's a little bit like what is that? Getting Up with Benny Foddy.
Yes.
As well.
Yeah.
It has that.
The Bennett Foddy game.
Yeah, I love that game.
So for anyone who doesn't know that game, it's basically you're a man inside a pot, like a vase, and you have a stick, and your only move is to like move the stick to like hop along, and you have to go up this incredibly difficult terrain and climb a mountain basically as a man with no legs inside a pot. It's a very weird game. I recommend looking it up. I'm really enjoying those cranberry juices are flying off like
they
fast.
fly off so fast. I'm not sure if it's like based on time of my movement.
Maybe it's based on how much you're tipped over.
Yeah.
So maybe you want to stay upright.
Picture the team just laughing and laughing while they were playtesting this. If anybody from any of the developers or the creators are here in the chat, please. Please confirm this. But yes, this game looks so much fun to test and just have. Honestly, imagine bringing this to a party. Like people already a little bit tipsy themselves or something. Oh my god, this
great
is
idea.
It's really funny. The movement is so great. It's like the way the body like sways. It's just so like fun to watch. Oh no. And the tumble at the end where it goes like ragdoll.
It's always when the chair collider is just that one tip too big. So
knocking into the chairs.
Yeah, it's knocking into the chairs. That's why. That's why.
I didn't even realize it's a whole nother level of like.
Yeah, it's like I have to avoid like the people who I'm not delivering to, and then also the chairs
and the sandcastles.
Yeah. So there. Oh yes, got it.
Oh, and the frisbees.
Oh, I think it also gets harder and harder for every delivery. Oh my god. Yeah, like he tips more over. Anyway, I'm loving this screen. Like I'm ready here to dance.
That was Cranberry Daddy by Jørgensen and Jonas Mortensen. Those are some words I did not think I'd be saying on the stream. Really enjoyed that. Thank you to the developers. Sorry, go ahead, Esteban.
No, it's gonna say like to the comment by the bull, like this is why you always have to drink and dev, and like, yep.
Okay, we're going to swiftly move on to make sure we've got time for all our games. So the next game is called Baku. This is by game dev Technico. I don't have what their prompts are, but their blurb is, as the night dawns and children go to sleep, shadow figures gather from the dark. Spot the difference by memory and work as a team to figure it out. So Franz, let us know when you've got that loaded up, and then Freeman, when you're ready, get that up on camera. And yeah, I guess this one we can play together. So
it's up now. Yeah,
it's up. Okay, we're ready. So let's jump in. Oh, it's beautiful.
It's so beautiful. I opened up this like very briefly just to see it, and yeah.
Okay.
Let's start an intro as the night dawns and children go to...
Yeah, this is very different. Oh wow! Look at the art. Stunning.
Oh.
And really spooky.
Why would I want to skip the intro? No, this
is amazing. I guess when it's like your 5th time.
Yeah.
Wow. They definitely had an artist on this team. Careful, Shadow Beast.
Memorize the dreams.
Oh, wow. Okay. So we have to memorize the scene.
Yeah, so I actually have to. I didn't pay enough attention to the intro, but I'm 100% sure that like I don't know what did they mention, because I guess that has something to do with that.
Well, try and memorize all the stuff in this picture, basically. I'm gonna like full screen you guys so I can actually see this.
So how does it work? Did it talk anything about like controls? Oh, WASD. Okay.
Oh, we have to memorize all of these. Okay, we better go quick. I didn't realize we had a bunch. Oh god, there's so many.
Conquer.
Okay, let's not go that quick. I can't see anything now. Okay. So we've got 4. So 6. There's 6 posters in the background. There's 5 chairs. This is the kind of thing I think they'll change, right? There's
An elevator.
10 lockers. Oh, the demons are going to come and steal it.
Yeah.
I remember the photos on the wall because I think those will change as well. 10 lockers are 6 windows. It's like, I wonder if the steam is relevant or not. Oh god, that's going to be tough. Okay. It's a snake. There's like 6 lines at the top. Oh my god.
So what exactly was the mechanics? Was it wait.
Well, it says
there's
spot the difference, so I assume there's going to be a timer or something and it's going to like swap over to... Ah, there you go.
there was something there, yeah.
Yeah, so do we have to pull that to like...
So okay, I'm getting it now.
Oh, there's a drink. Yeah, that was not there before. And a plant on the thing.
Yeah, exactly. So you
Okay, now go... Ah, we have to see what they've added. That tree that wasn't there.
Exactly.
Okay. Let's find out what else wasn't here.
So, quick comment by Divina. I love it in the chat. Like, Baku are Japanese supernatural beings that are said to devour nightmares. According to legend, they were created by the spare pieces that were left over when the gods finished creating our other animals.
Wow. That's some good context for the game. Oh. Baku completed the night without takeovers.
Got through it. Yeah.
Nice.
Got through the night.
Right. So I see what you mean. So like the Dream Eater comes and adds things like mischievously, and then you have to figure out, you know, what have they added to my dream, and then you get through the night. That's a really cool game. Okay.
Now I'm gonna this time I'm gonna skip the intro.
yeah, fair enough.
But it's so beautiful.
I guess you just
gorgeous
kind of,
game.
You look through all the scenes and then you memorize them, and then at some point the ghost starts coming.
I guess so, yeah. I was gonna say, how do we
Yes.
So the differences are a bit more obvious than I was expecting. I was expecting like, you know, there's one fewer windows or something. I'd be like, how will we figure it out? So instead it's like things are added into the scene. So that's a relief in a way, because it would have been really hard.
But even this, like they could easily, like on the scene here with the heads, like
one fewer.
Or maybe in the top, you know, there's also a row up there. And even the thing up there, and that one that I'm just getting like right there. Yeah, it's so many things.
So how do you make the demons come? Do they just come after some time?
They come after some time, yeah.
Right.
And then you just like have to go through the scenes, I think. But then
I'm like paranoid playing this game. I'm like, one of them moved, guys. One of them moved. They haven't actually started yet, but how do we know?
But man, the art style is like beautiful. Oh,
this is super cool.
It's
really gorgeous. Oh,
whoa!
Oh no!
Demon showed
up.
I got
caught. I got caught.
No!
It was like a line up in the corner.
We didn't see it, and it was me being like, "This game is too easy." Shame on me. Clearly not.
Imagine that they also would change the main menu, and there was like an Easter egg or something, and then you could sort of also catch that, and then
Imagine if it started changing things on your desktop outside of the game.
Oh god!
Like your file moved, the demon is there. Like you'd get really paranoid.
Quick shout out to Divina that said Game Dev Técnico is from Portugal. This is in one of the pictures. There was a bunch of students surrounding the Unity table, and that we were speaking to them, Arturo and I, and yeah. So honestly, like shout out to Game Dev Técnico and the team of students from Portugal that traveled to Denmark. So I'm glad you had a lot of fun.
Amazing. Okay, so our next game is called Pegasus Cocktail Bar by Pottery and Feld House, and I'm not sure what the theme was, but the blurb is, it's your first shift today, right? Don't worry. Just play your cards to match what the customer wants and get points based on how close you got to it. So it sounds like you're a server at a Pegasus cocktail bar, maybe? Let's find out.
Ready.
Okay. Let's get the stream up, Freeman, and then let's jump in, Franz. This is amazing.
Some interesting parallaxing going on here.
Okay, we don't have it up on stream just yet.
That's okay.
I'm very excited to see this one. I like that quite a few of these have folklore animals like fawn, Pegasus. I heard someone else had a siren mermaid one. Okay, we're good to go, friends.
Sweet. But yeah, always I didn't memorize necessarily the description, but if you have any good tips here.
Okay.
Whoa.
So I have to.
So you've got to serve them.
Another
Ooh.
game with awesome arts. Like
Yeah, really cool art style. Okay, so you need 6 blue.
I'm just gonna click and see what happens to understand a little bit the mechanics here. But like, okay, so that gives us 2. That gives us 1.
I think you have to add them up, right? Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. But then it suddenly becomes very difficult because then you're like, I don't have enough to go up.
You need 1, 1, and 1 for this
and
one.
Then I can do
finish,
that.
if that's possible.
And then I need another minus for at least those 2.
This is a
I'm gonna try and redraw.
One.
Okay, so you have multiple redraws. Okay, that's sweet. So okay, so I can do that. Should do it for like that one. Do I need to complete all of them, I wonder? Or is it just
do you
one
need
of them?
to use all of them?
No, I mean just like does the the perimeters in the top, the counts, does those need to I think
you get points based on how close you are. That's what it said.
Okay.
So I think you get like some points if you're not exactly there,
That's actually pretty sweet, like pretty simple.
That's a really cool idea, yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting way of ordering a drink at a bar.
What do you mean, Esteban? This is how I order all my drinks. I want 3 blue, 2 brown, 1 red.
I gotta step up my drinking game, I guess.
Yeah, I want 2 blue circles and 3 brown squares or nothing.
I think we should have that in real life. That looks so cool.
Yeah, I don't think bar staff would agree though.
No, just like a little button thing, and then they're like, "Oh, okay, that's. I'm just gonna do that."
So someone asked if this is a memory game. I don't feel like this is memory. It's more like
combination.
Yeah, it's more like kind of That's interesting. It's a really good concept. I've never seen another game like this actually.
It has the very like Papers, Please sort of like people entering from the side, coming in.
Yeah,
that's the exact game that came to mind. But honestly, this is one of the cool things you see, like game jams, indie games when you go to conferences. This is where a lot of like the crazy, kooky, even sometimes silly ideas are born and shown, and I love seeing this on it. Honestly,
someone said "Stump Your Bartender," the game. Really good. Really enjoy that. You might need to redraw there.
Yeah, I'm just kind of thinking here. Ooh. Wow. Okay.
It's very relaxing, this one, actually, because there's no timer. So it's like, if there was a timer, I feel like it'd be really frantic. But like, it's actually quite a like, I just need to. And the fact that you get points, even if you're not quite there.
Like surprisingly enough, this would also work just really well as a card game, like a physical card game.
Yeah, that's true.
And just kind of like you could have it like with a companion app that shows you the thing that it needs, and then you just click next on what you I guess
you actually redraw.
Yeah.
You just have to add the points, right? You get like whichever ones. What I don't know is it taking away points if you're giving them the things like they don't want? Like if they want 0, this one wants
in that way. So
0 round squares, right? So you're far in the sense of you've given and see it says -1.
Yeah. But maybe what if I completely fail here? So
do a really bad one.
Yeah, this is
I'd
a
give
minus.
them everything.
Still gives points.
Oh, you still get points.
Yeah,
it's a very generous game. I like
that.
There's no such thing as losing. There's only
and then you have
winning suboptimally.
But then you can see under the stars that I have 2 persons left. I think that's the last parameter.
Okay. Let's plow through these guys. See if we can serve them whatever. Because I think we might have to jump to the next game.
Yeah, I'm quickly gonna finish it up.
Got 1 more person to serve. Let's just give them whatever. Just a line by itself. Take this.
Oh, this is an easy order, at least.
This is the last one, I guess.
Right.
Okay. Give that person a lemon.
Come on.
Or just some pepper.
Baba Yaga.
Nice. They get a Baba Yaga. Delicious. Oh, okay. What's the end of the game? Oh, there you go. You get your score. 44. That's really nice.
Let's see if chat can defeat that.
Love it. Can you beat that, chat? Okay. Let's load up our next game. So this one has a really short description. It's called My Friend Richie, and it's by Isaac Sanchez and Joao, I think, Eraz Antunes. And the description is just hilarious game about nepotism. I am very intrigued. I've heard this one is super funny. Hassan, who is helping produce the stream right now, has told us this game is hilarious. So high expectations here. Honestly, I think you'd be hard pressed to beat Cranberry Daddy. It's like, I find it funny just to say, but there's My Friend Richie, apparently very good. So I think we're ready. If we get the window up.
Here.
Someone said in the chat, very cool game, can confirm. If creators are in the chat, let us know.
I'm
Nepo
getting
Industries.
I'm getting co-op
big
nightmares
co-op
from
energy.
this.
Big co-op energy. Okay,
Oh,
are you
no.
ready to run? Is it very similar to co-op? I love this. The funny thing is I can hear Franz before I see him.
It comes in a second.
Run.
Okay, if
Franz.
there's anybody
faster.
that like was born in the 80s or had an NES in the 90s, this game reminds me of that. The first Nintendo console, you could buy a game that had a little pad and you could step, and you had to step to like simulate running. But that's really old school tech.
He's really slow. Everyone's really much faster than you. I can hear you because of your keyboard. And
I'm really going at it
you're
here.
going
I feel
quick,
like,
but he's
but I feel like it's like I'm cramping up here slowly. But
everyone in the chat is saying go faster. Go faster.
I wonder if there's like a timing thing.
Well, I think because it's about nepotism, I think you're going to get to the end and it's going to say your first place. I'm really curious. You're so slow. Come on.
You spoiled it. Maybe.
Freeman says, first time I feel represented in a sports game. I feel you. This is my real life. This is me running the 1500 meters.
I wonder if they're just like trolling me and it's like, I just.
Do you think it doesn't end?
Yeah.
Wait, stand still. See what happens. Wait, what happened?
No. Okay.
Plot twist.
No.
Wait, what's happening? This is so funny. Wait, press back. What happens if I press back?
Wait, what?
He's calling someone. No. Your friend Richie. He's calling his friend Richie. No! Is he getting a job?
Wait, what?
He's having a vodka. He's riding in a sports car, playing golf with his friend Richie. This is so funny. This is so good. He's having a party with Richie. Is he going to drive to the end of the race at the end? I think they're spending money shooting elephants.
That's what I thought, that he was gonna get a ride to the end of the race. Oh yes, he is. Oh my god.
First place.
Oh my.
Congratulations, Franz.
Oh.
You're such a good runner.
Wow.
That was so funny.
Did it.
That was so short but sweet.
What a troll game. What
That
a
is
troll
so
game.
Yes.
good. My face hurts. That is so funny.
Honestly, just the name Richie. How
I
rich he
love
was.
it.
Oh my god.
That is so funny. Okay, really enjoyed that. That was shorter than I expected. Actually, that would have been much shorter if we'd realized the mechanic earlier, but I'm glad we didn't. We were so determined. We were like, we're going to win. No. So the lesson there is nepotism is the real winner. Our next game is called Backflip, and it's BAC flip, like bacteria. And it's by Matthias, Gustav, Zuza, and Frank. We actually don't have a description for this one, but it does say the player will have to play as both characters. So this is a 2-player game, but unfortunately we don't have a second player here. So Franz, you're going to have to be Franz, and Franz 2 will be playing this game.
Luckily, humans have 2 hands. So what is it? Yeah.
Franz, once you're ready, let us know, and then
I think I'm good.
You ready? Okay, Freeman. If we get the game up on screen. My face hurts from laughing at that last one. Honestly,
that was hilarious. Honestly, like I was like,
how did the idea just came up? Is what I'm wondering.
Yeah, like
so
they would
well organized.
I wonder if it was a last minute thing or if they were determined to do a troll game from like square one. Okay, so Freeman, if you're able to put Franz on screen, that would be we're up, we're ready. Okay. get your bacteria ready and jump together to start. So you're going to have to be WASD and V, and arrows and P rounds. So I guess you hit V and P and you're good to go. I'm very curious to see this game. Super cute. Ooh.
Whoa.
So
I
cool.
really love it that you can flip. Okay.
I love the name backflip because it's like a petri dish, right? And you're flipping it either side. Or it's a single bacteria? I'm not sure.
But
So Franz, talk me through this. What are you doing? What are you trying to achieve?
Yeah, so right now I'm just kind of like, I can press P and meaning I can like control these. That is like my main character is jumping, and then I have another character that I cannot really see.
what if something happened on the other side as you were pressing the switches?
Yeah, I think I pressed the V quite quickly, and then the whole thing rotated. But I'm not sure how to make it rotate again.
So
Yeah, so I'm pressing like when I press V, I see.
I think V and up at the same. Was it up or P? No, V and P was jumping.
at the same time.
Yeah, V and P at the same
then
time.
Ah,
You're welcome.
interesting. Sweet. And then yeah, okay,
Oh,
now
I
I
see.
control
Now you
the
have
other
to
character.
flip.
Ah.
maybe you have to flip to get that, or
No, I think you have to. Maybe you have to stand on one of the. You seem trapped. Okay, let's flip over. Let's find out. There's a button. Oh, there you go. So now you've jumped on the button. There you go. Jump one character. Jump this guy, and then yeah, there you go. There you go. Got the hang of it now. This is really cool. I really like this concept.
This is really nice. Yeah, I actually did see this game during the Game Jam, and they just like I think they just kind of experimented with this kind of rotating thing for like a minute, and they're like, oh, this is super cool, you know. And then they just kind of developed it from there. Now I'm stuck.
It's really nice.
Interesting.
Someone asked what the Game Jam theme was. I actually don't have that for this one. Let me see. I'm going to jump on the itch page and see if they wrote on their itch page. Let's have a look. Yeah, as Esteban is saying in the chat, there isn't a single theme. Players all got 3 themes, and sometimes it was a bag of spices or like a piece of material. So I had like a bag of jasmine, a piece of fabric, and the word ideas. So it can be a lot of things. But I'm really curious what 3 things they got and like what led them to this.
Yeah.
They haven't said. They did say that the description of it is 2 bacteria solve microscopic puzzles, but everything done affects the opposite side. It's a really clever concept. Really, really cool.
This is so enjoyable, even just to play on your own. Actually, I'm kind of surprised how well that actually executes.
Well, I guess because you're taking it in turns, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So it's quite doable with one person.
Yeah, the lovely thing, I would love to play this actually together with someone, because you have the whole like you both have to negotiate when you flip the whole thing. So right now my 2 pointing fingers are negotiating, which is it doesn't require much communication, but yeah, but I'm having a little bit of trouble right now. I wonder if I should do this.
It's really beautiful as well. I really want to commend the artists on this team, because it's like very nice. I don't know, the shaders that they've used, I guess, are really pretty. Like I'm very much like the programmer side of I can't do any art. Everything I make is like blank squares, right? I can do functionality, but not, things looking cute. So I really love like when I see some very nice polishes. Like this is aesthetically really nice, really simple, but like very clear, nice user experience. Yeah, great colors. Someone said very, very beautiful.
Oh, Hans is progressing, progressing a lot.
Yeah, it's
yes, come on,
nice.
friends, you can do it.
Yeah.
I wonder if there's more than one level. Oh my god.
I think there is.
Oh my lord. It's like,
Go Franz.
you're getting there. We can do it. I want to see what happens.
Missing a blue.
Oh no.
I
So
don't
many
have.
switches.
I don't have the right colors right now. Like it's yeah.
No.
Like I need to. So what I am at right now is like I'm missing the blue here to get into this little bubble thing here, but I cannot push a blue button unless I go all the way back, I think. Yeah, I need to go all the way back with the previous one. Oof.
Oh, no.
Reminder to everyone that Franz here is doing the job of 2 players. This is technically a multiplayer game.
And it's the first time he's played any of these games.
Exactly.
So He has not played them ahead of time. I think you've done a very good job at these, Franz. Like, I'm
Look
glad
at
with that
me.
last one that you didn't know. Like, none of us knew ahead of time. I think that's really funny. Amazing.
And now,
okay.
oh my god.
We're nearly at the end of the stream because we've only got one more game after this. So
Ooh.
I think
Already?
we might.
Wow.
Yeah, already. I know.
Wow, time has flown.
I know. I'm really sad. I want to keep
What?
doing this all day, but
I'm almost also finished with the game. I
come
can
on,
see I can
come
see the
on.
whole thing now. So I
the
cracked
producers
the
in
code.
the background are like, "Move on," and we're like, "No, we're gonna stream all night. We want to finish this level." Like, you shouldn't have got gamers to do this, guys. Yeah.
Nice. Well done.
Thanks for
Well
flipping.
done, Franz.
Look at that.
Uh,
Oh, I like the nice little animation at the
Aw.
end. Look at that. That's a lovely end screen as well.
Honestly,
like from a
like-
game dev point of view, very,
Yeah,
very beautiful.
I always like appreciate when people also just make a single level that is so well done. You know, like you don't
Exactly.
have to have a lot of levels, just one level.
Especially
that
for a
looks good.
jam.
Yeah, that's the
Like-
key. Yeah, yeah.
That was such
And-
a polished game. Okay, and oh, sorry, go ahead, Esteban.
No, I was gonna say like, and so many games that like start out as game jam projects, and then the team just takes the idea and it becomes a full product. This game
Yeah.
already felt like a solid prototype, for real.
Yeah, definitely.
So
And
congrats
the
to the team.
people who made Flashpoint Faun were in the chat earlier saying that they're considering making that like a Steam game and like just making a few more levels. And I'm like, absolutely, like I would buy that on Steam any day. Absolutely brilliant. Okay, and then one final game. So this game is called Bexa, and I don't know what the themes are, and it doesn't have an introduction. It's just got a very ambiguous and interesting
Love it.
picture of a little bear in front of a fruit stall with some oranges and a pina colada, I think, on an island. So that's as much as I've got to go on. I think it's something to do with bears selling fruit. I don't know. That's the picture they've chosen. But BEXA, Bexa. That's all we know.
I'm ready.
So, okay. There we go. So that's the picture I was describing.
I love the little bear already.
Isn't it cute? I know. I'm in love. Okay.
I'm just currently looking at the left stick. Oh, I need an Xbox controller. Oh, or keyboard.
Okay,
Okay,
WASD.
cool.
No, WASD, cameras,
Yeah,
mouse, and jump
yeah,
a space
mouse,
bar.
okay.
Or you can do it with a...
Let's just jump into it. Oh,
Okay.
oh.
I love the bear. I just hope the
Oh,
bear
my-
doesn't come to any harm. I already love it. It's so cute.
I love the scenery. Reminds me a little bit of oh my god, what's the
Minecraft?
game with the little fox? With the little cute fox that's sort of like a very cute Dark Souls.
don't know.
It was made in Unity also. I'm drawing a blank, but
Yeah.
it reminded me of that.
Someone says tunic.
Tunic. Thank you.
Thank you,
Appreciate it.
Lemony Fresh Punk in the chat.
I don't know why, but it reminded me a little bit of that. Like, and the
I
style
love
of
these
the assets.
mushrooms.
Indeed.
It's so cute. What are you collect? Oh, what are they?
I have to collect those cocktail thingies at least. That's what I know. And then there's like these diamond mice or whatever that is.
I wonder if the themes were like bear cocktails, or like
Grass.
cubes, or like hexagons. Yeah.
I will say the leg power on this bear is amazing.
I know. That bear's been
Good
doing
job.
squats.
Yeah.
Even
Ah,
though it's drunk, still really good at jumping.
And it's drunk. Oh,
Oh, do you deposit the cocktails at the bar?
yeah,
or-
yeah. So I need,
Oh, wow.
I need. If you, I didn't see that up in the corner, but I have 3 out of 5 right
Oh
now.
no.
Right.
Okay.
So
continue
I need
exploring.
to. I need
Oh,
to
you can
explore
press
some more.
space in the air to butt stomp, apparently.
Ah, okay.
So you can just there
Oh,
you go. You
oh, you can
destroy
stomp
stomp to the
those
ground.
I'm not just cute. I'm also a little
Oh,
bit,
no.
little bit of punch.
mice.
It's like
Oh,
Kung
someone
Fu Panda
says-
vibes.
Maybe it's called Bex or Bexa because of hexagons, like bear hexagons. I don't know. It's a stretch.
that is
Oh
true.
no! Did you just kill the bear?
Yeah, I couldn't get out of the
Friends.
area. I couldn't get out of the area.
Franz, you killed Bexa.
Was there a restart thing?
Is there no way to restart?
I guess restart the game.
Okay.
Yeah.
But you still have your drinks up in the screen.
Just quickly gonna restart
Oh
here.
yeah. Well, hopefully when we restart it, we'll restart the.
Yeah.
Apparently R might have restarted it, but
Really? Yeah.
I
It
don't know.
doesn't stay so. I tried.
It doesn't
but,
say. I think I don't know. We'll try again.
But Yeah, that's always like in terms of games. There's always these good tips of like things to implement. Like make sure to have some audio that you'll always forget it in the end, and always make an escape button.
Oh yeah, that's like.
Yeah.
But game jams also. How many game jam games have an escape button? I didn't have one in
Yeah.
my game. I was like, we'll just restart it. So someone in the chat just said, I don't know if they are doing that on purpose. I promise I didn't bribe them to say this, but someone said, I tried a really fun VR game where one person stomps an ant and the other person's ant. So that's my game. Thank you.
Oh,
I'm so chuffed. Thank you so much.
the fans are out there.
Oh, I love it. I make a lot of demos, but I haven't been to a lot of game jams. So I haven't like had people play the things I make. Normally I make a demo and it's not really a game. It's like a single, recently I did a VR multiplayer demo and it was just like, here's how you get people in the scene, the end, because I didn't build a game around it. So it's really nice to build something, that is not for educational purposes necessarily. It's more for fun. Also, when you build stuff for education, you have to build it kind of correctly. Whereas for fun, it could just be really bad. So, we threw this thing together. The mechanics weren't like flawless, but I was really proud of it. It was fun.
Oh, in Game Jam, code quality just goes out the window, especially at the end.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
You just like finish. Yeah.
Exactly.
It's I definitely wouldn't want anyone digging through any coding I did at the jam because it was very fast.
I always
beat it.
there has been like several games that came from Nordic Game Jam and then became like production games. Like I think the Oddballers by GameSwing and Oddballers is the game.
Oh.
It was originally called Stickballs at Nordic Game Jam, and then Baba Is You is another one.
That came from a game jam.
Yeah, that came from Nordic Game Jam.
No, I love Baba Is You.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's like one of my favorite games ever.
yeah, it's really incredible what they made. I'm having like I know where to go. I just don't know how to get there.
So for anyone who doesn't know, the game Baba Is You is very hard to explain. I'd recommend looking it up. Basically, you play a character that you push pieces around a level, but you're actually pushing words. And when you make a word, it changes the logic of the game. So if you change like why it's called Baba Is You is that's your character. But say you had a box and you said box is Baba, the box would turn into your character. Or if you said you is box, you would turn into a box. And it's just crazy. You can change things into other things, move things around. You can
Yeah.
say like water is frozen or gravity is upside down. It's super clever, super clever. It's a combination
Yeah.
of a sliding puzzle and like coding, I guess.
Yeah, I would also describe it as such. yeah.
Somebody give a good
Someone says
suggestion
jump.
that, jump on the drink stand, maybe.
On the one?
The drink
On the drink
stand?
stand.
Oh, I'll do that.
I haven't tried that.
We need like QA team to come in here and find all the glitches for me so I know how to. Oh no.
Oh, no,
Oh,
no collision.
Yeah.
No. Okay. Well, we discovered a a feature.
What if from the side you can jump over the? Yeah, nice.
Yeah.
You did it.
Well done.
I've already been here, but I don't know. Oh, is that a hole right there?
There's some very difficult way to get to the final. But I think can you not jump across? Is that not how you do it?
No, it's I can exactly not do it. Like it doesn't jump high enough.
Right.
By the way, creating the level is a very good tool, custom tool opportunity. Like
Yeah.
we're creating this like
This
like
would be a
fun
lovely one to
exercise.
have a tool. Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
Oh,
you died. R.I.P. Bex, sir. I think we haven't figured out how to finish that one, sadly. But that
what
more or
awesome
less
job.
brings us very sadly to the end of our stream. I was really enjoying playing all the games. I think there were, Franz, how many games were made in total at this game jam? remember?
Yeah,
Like
no,
80?
87 games were made this time.
Wow.
Which is like I think the teams are usually somewhere between like 2 to 5 people, so somewhere in that realm.
That's
Um,
bonkers.
But yeah, it's so incredible just to see like what comes out. Again, the diversity of games. You have super high production games that are super incredibly looking, and then you just have these very weird games and just like a lot of both multiplayer and art games and experimental games, meta games that talks about how people make games or anything. There's even this one game that is they didn't finish that game, so they made a game presenting their idea.
Oh, that's really clever.
Yeah, so they were just like it's sort of like there's this other game that I can't remember. Anyway, but yeah, super smart.
I love it.
Yeah,
I saw some really amazing games while I was there. There was one where you were like, you were a Hydra who was a chef. And so you'd prepare burgers, and each head was there was like a 3-player game where each player was a head of a Hydra. And one was like grilling a burger, one was like toasting the cheese, the other one was like assembling, like chopping the lettuce. It was really bonkers. I saw so many great, and there was quite a few beautiful like pixel art sprite kind of ones. But I only saw them briefly while I went over and like fixed a problem and then moved on. So a lot of them I didn't get to see at the end, sadly. So yeah, luckily a lot of the games, if not all of them, are on itch.io. So you can head over to the Nordic Game Jam, itch.io. Hassan will pop the link in the chat. You can also follow Nordic Game Jam on Twitter if you're interested in attending or just seeing news. I'm sure they'd love to have you in future. If Nordic Game Jam is not a place you can get to, then I'd highly encourage you to attend a local game jam or a global game jam, whether it's remote or in person. If this stream has taught us anything, it's that nothing is off limits in terms of game jam games. Like, you can make the most bonkers, wacky, bananas games. And whether you're a programmer, an artist, a designer, storyteller, musician, you can definitely contribute something. So I'd really urge you to check out whatever your local game jam is and go join, no matter what your role is. Esteban, closing thoughts?
Just the fact that I love game jams. I don't think I'll ever stop joining them as much as I can. And like Antonia mentioned, and also like as you have clearly seen, you never know what will come up, and you never know what ideas will pop up in a team. So it's joining game jams, whether weekend game jams or week-long game jams, are really a lot of fun. And also, like we've been saying, whether you're a pure beginner or somebody that's just looking, let's try out to see what game development is all about. Trust me, there's always something for you to do, or for you to try out and to learn. This is the perfect space for failing, and I say failing in the terms of in the term of like learning and coming out with something that you didn't have before, like that awesome sense of failing. And by the way, real quick, I gotta do a quick plug-in, but I have a development blog that I actually called Happy Fails, because to actually encourage and to bring that learning to my own development. So whether it's game jams or stuff on the side, yeah, honestly, I really hope that I can join Nordic Game Jam again next year. And yeah, definitely. Thank you all for joining.
Me too, definitely. Franz, closing thoughts.
Yeah. I mean, first of all, just so happy for you to do this together with us. It's been such an immense things to do, because I think like the way we present our games in the end is like you all get to have this sort of marketplace style, all play together with each other, and having this way where we can just present the games on in such a way. I'm grateful, and I bet those people who also like those games or who made those games are also happy about that. At least that was something that I also loved when I was joining game jams. Previously, Nordic Game Jam have been more presenting sort of games, but we change format every year just to try and experiment with things what we think is fun. And yeah, so being able to do that is just so great. And for everyone out there who are also, I mean, I'm just repeating stuff here, but joining Game Jam, I personally, I'm a huge advocate for it. And again, I've been to so many game jams, but for me, it has been a way for me to experiment with a new technology. It's been a way for me to play with a new thing. It has been for me to learn new people, get to know people from the industry, talk with speakers. It's just such a good entry for new people. But at the same time, it's also great if you've been working in a studio for a long time, and maybe you've been working on a game for like 4 years now, and you need to try something new, just like for weekends. See if you can get the time off and get to try and do a little fun prototype. Maybe it could be your next game for, I don't know, future company or whatever. Like it can go so many ways. So yeah, I that's it for me.
Definitely. I also think it's a great way to make friends. Like,
Yeah.
even if you like hate the
Exactly.
game you made at the end, or you don't manage to finish the game, that's also totally fine. You know, people
Yeah.
ship all sorts of stuff, but like,
Yeah.
you meet the most amazing people, you have these hilarious experiences. It's kind of
Yeah.
like no pressure. You get to learn in a really great way. You know, I really wish that the 2 years before the pandemic, when I was in game dev but too scared to go to a game jam, like, I wish I could go back in time and just tell myself, you know, just go, just see what it's like. Just, you know, you don't have to be a programmer at all. And yeah, it's super fun. So I'd highly recommend it. That's it. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining the stream today. Thank you doubly to everyone that went to Nordic Game Jam, especially the people whose games we got to play today. If we didn't get to play your game, we're so sorry. There were 87 games made, so of course we couldn't have them all on the stream, but they're all available on itch.io, so you can see the link in the chat there. And this will also be available to watch as video on demand. If you want to keep up with myself or Esteban or Franz, you can find us on all major social media platforms. So you just search for our names and you'll find all our social media links. They're also in the chat as well. Our Twitter handles are in the chat. And all that remains to be said is thank you so much. Also, a big thank you to Hassan and Freeman producing behind the scenes. We really appreciate you making this a really wonderful experience for us so we can concentrate on playing the games and interacting with everyone. And thank you so much, everyone, for tuning in. Have a great rest of your day, whether it's morning, evening, or night, depending on your time zone. And we hope to see you again soon. Bye.
Everyone.